I'm not really sure how I feel when it comes to summing up my opinions of Crawlspace. Great cast. The last 20-25 minutes were amazing, and I'm not going to say what happens, of course, I won't spoil it, but I will say that if you started watching it and you turned it off because you weren't enjoying it, I'd say maybe stick with it. The ending, or well, as I said, let's say the final third, really, really fantastic, but getting there was so slow. This was released in 2013. It's directed by Josh Stolberg, written by Stolberg and Nick Taravella, with a cast including Loughlin, Raleigh Holmes, Jonathan Silverman, Stephen Weber, and various others. I love Loughlin. I love Stephen Weber. Very, very excited there. And it did sound really interesting. A family move into this house and they're in danger. I could maybe go into a little bit more detail than that, but I'll just say somebody is putting their lives in danger. And absolutely, it does get really thrilling, really exciting after, let's say, the final third. I don't think it's quite as much as the final third, but benefit of the doubt, it does get there eventually. And up until that point, next to nothing happens. It feels like we spend the bulk of the film just getting to know the characters. Now, that's not completely the case. Some things do happen, and I guess the narrative does move forward a little bit, and there is a little bit of a suspense, but I felt nothing. I didn't feel excitement. I didn't feel the anticipation. I just felt really bored. And maybe there were 10 minutes here and there in the first 2/3 that were okay, but for the most part, it was very, very mundane. The other reason I didn't like it for the most part is that the lighting is really bad. So much of this is in near darkness, and not in a way that's suspenseful or creepy. It's just dark and it makes it difficult to see what's happening. It's not good to look at. Even the outdoor scenes in daylight are not very well lit. So the lighting here definitely is a problem. If that were the only issue, I could overlook it. But obviously, looking at it, not enjoying looking at it, and not really enjoying the story for 2/3 of it, it just meant it was a really uncomfortable, awkward, unpleasant experience. The characters are well written though. I may not care for any of them, but they're believable, the performances are good, the camera work is okay, the use of sound is good, everything else absolutely fine. The story is bland, but it does get really good. Is the final third good enough for me to recommend this? I'm going to say yes, particularly if you're a fan of the cast, or anybody in the cast. I'd say it is worth it if there are very specific reasons why you want to watch this, but just be prepared to be quite bored for a lot of it, but it does get there eventually. Maybe if the cast were different, I might be more hesitant to recommend it, so there is an element of bias there. I'm completely aware of that. If there's a specific reason why you want to watch the film, give it a go. It gets there eventually. But if you're not really interested in anybody in it, if the narrative doesn't sound that compelling to you, it's probably not worth it. But if you're curious, check it out. Maybe you'll like it more than I did.